Simple and easy is often your best bet. Hi, welcome to CHeri Knits. I love knitting and I want you to love it too. Today I'm going to show you how to do the simplest cast on that you can. It's called eWrap. You use one needle, yarn, and your thumb. Let's get started. Today I'm going to show you how to do a really basic cast on. It's called the eWrap cast on, or I've heard it referred to as just simple cast on. And it's actually how I learned to cast on when I first learned to knit. It's not something I use very often when I'm casting on for a sweater or a project, but I love it when I need to bridge a gap. So if I'm making a sweater and I need to put some stitches on for the underarm, under the sleeves, or also I use it a lot for entrelock. Now entrelock is the one exception where I do use this cast on for the cast on for the beginning, because you need a really loose, stretchy cast on for entrelock. So I do use this one to cast on for the beginning of the project. And then also if I am working an entrelock project that has some shaping, some diagonal shaping, then there's times when you need to use this simple eWrap. So if you're casting on from scratch for the beginning of the project, you need to make a slip knot. And your slip knot, just a basic slip knot. The end doesn't have to be too long, just enough to weave in your ends when you're done. And then the stitch, that first slip knot, goes on the needle, and that's the first stitch of your row. Tighten it up on there. And then I hold the needle and I kind of anchor the tail over in my right hand and hold the yarn in my left hand. Now what you're going to do, hold the yarn like that and take your thumb and just take it behind the yarn and bring it to the front. And then let it drop onto the needle. I wondered why they called it eWrap, and I was just looking online, and so some people think that when you do this motion that this somehow looks like an E. I don't really see it, but I believe it, maybe. But that's why it's called eWrap, is it sort of looks like the letter E. So hold the yarn with your fingers, take your thumb, go over the top, under toward you, and then take the tip of the needle and go under and transfer that stitch over. And so you have your first stitch, that was your cast on stitch, and then I've eWrapped 1, 2, 3 on here. And let's just put a couple more on there. Drop it over. This particular setup with your thumb, if you do long tail cast on, this is how the thumb is set up for long tail cast on when you cast on, if that's helpful to you. So the tip of the needle goes up and it just drops on. Now, like I said, this is not always, or it's really not my favorite for most projects that I need to cast on at the beginning, like hats, sweaters, anything like that. But if you're doing an entrelock project, this is a great, you need this nice, loose, stretchy cast on. Or if you need something to bridge a gap, especially if you're going to pick up stitches along it later, this is a really good one. Give it a try, see what you think. I hope that it's useful for you. Remember, you are the boss of your knitting. It's awesome to have a bunch of different tools and options in your knitting toolbox so you can choose what's best for you and your project. I hope you're able to use that cast on. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about it. Also, check out our new Patreon page. We created a new creative community on Patreon for the Brad and CHeri Show. The link is below. Click it, check it out. It will help Brad, who is an RV artist, and me, CHeri, a knitting nomad, to be able to do our art, produce videos to help you, and to live our best life, to live the life we love. Check it out. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you next time.